for our critical suppliers,
Yeah.
we started to look at the possibility of having proper contingency plans.
Yes.
So, and when we said proper contingency plans, what we meant was if we made an assessment that there was a supplier that if they stopped functioning tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
or were taken over by a company in a jurisdiction that we couldn't deal with,
Mm-hmm.
then our sort of our head scratching would start. It's like, what would we do? So we
Yes.
started to build those contingency plans that said, would we insource?
Mm-hmm.
So that might be an option, that we just basically just go and try and secure the people in that organization and try and get them to work for us.
Yeah.
Another option would be to have a first reserve.
Mm-hmm.
So there were a couple of organizations that we spoke to,
Mm-hmm.
and basically said to them, if the worst comes to the worst on this, we're not expecting anything to happen, but know this, if it did, we're likely to turn to you.
Yeah.
So it's just that we want you to be aware, we don't want it to come out of the blue, that if things go pear-shaped for us, that we're possibly going to come and ask you to step in.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine, that conversation probably took them a little bit by surprise.
Absolutely. Yes, you're not expecting in our competitive world of procurement and tendering that to be a losing supplier to be given a first reserve position. Quite an interesting concept.
Yes, it is. And we did make it really clear to them, this isn't a guarantee of anything, of any future business. But what it is a recognition that we think you're, competent enough to deal with. We know that you weren't successful in gaining this business. However, that doesn't mean to say that we wouldn't do business with you. Mm-hmm. You were just bested on the day. Mm-hmm. And rather than just say to you, well, you've got a chance next time, it's like literally, because if we do need to step away from this organization, we'll come and ask you. Yes. Because we won't have time to take it to market, because we'll need to get someone in fast to carry on the service that we need. And then we'll think about how we compete it later on down the line. So we're saying to them, we'd expect you to step in. We'd be happy to negotiate with you.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean to say you're going to get the business forever. It just means that you're there until we can get, But what it does do is it gives them it helps, I think, when you're, thinking about making sure that the market is maintained, and that you keep them keen, instead of just pushing them away with a general debrief.